Okay, so you're on writer's block at the moment, and first off, I am so sorry. It just makes me feel so bad. It will get better, I promise. But second of all, trust me, I've been there. I know how it feels. And we're gonna get you out of it. I mean, serious, we're gonna get you out. Hey guys, it's Anna, and today I'm so excited to be a bit more serious. I'm not meant to be serious, but today I'm going to be just giving you some really good tips to get out of art block, get out of writer's block, because it is definitely a struggle and it's the biggest thing that really prolongs writing that book. If these tips help, I really hope you subscribe to my channel because it really does help my channel grow, and I hope you guys also share with some of your friends. But anyways, let's go ahead and get on to the tips. Okay, so I came prepared. I have this all written down for you so we can definitely get you out of this crazy, stupid writing slump. But first off, I do want to talk a little bit about writer's block. Okay, so I have been in writer's block for a couple months now. It's something that's really hard to explain because there's some, weeks that I'm like, yeah, I want to keep writing, like I'm so excited, and I go like writing for like 3 days in a row, and then I just kind of burn out, and this kind of happens out of pattern, and I've been struggling with it for a little while, and yeah, sometimes it is very difficult. I think there's a lot of different components with writer's block, and that can include like being too busy, having different priorities, but there's also a huge like big core component of it, and that is just losing passion, and that's just sometimes how it is. It definitely does feel terrible, and it does take a huge tax on your mental health. Because if you're not doing stuff you love, you feel really miserable, and if you're not with your characters, immersed in your story, progressing through, that word count, it does really get demotivating, and, doing something and, having that writer's block is almost dehumanizing because you can't really be yourself. I've been feeling a little bit like that because I've been kind of putting writing off to the side and focusing on like uni and my YouTube, and I just think being able to take a step back and realizing you're on writer's block, realizing that you're on a bit of a slump is the #1 thing, just to kind of realize that you're not doing okay. But that's okay. Tip 1, take a break. This might be a bit counterintuitive. Also, I just love that word. Sorry if I just said that randomly. I just love that word. Counterintuitive rolls off the tongue. Anyways, taking a break might seem like the last thing you want to do. You just want to push through it and just like get through your writer's block, but sometimes it is just great to have at least one day just to kind of sit in writer's block. Sit, feel it with your emotions, maybe like there's other things going on. Just like take a few days, at least a few days, just to kind of relax, not touch your project, not think about it, and hopefully you'll be able to come, back to it and be a little bit more refreshed, and hopefully that can be a quick cure to your writer's block. In that time, I really recommend you guys to also stay creative, do other hobbies, like maybe take up crocheting, or maybe do some poetry if you want to continue your writing skills. Just staying a little bit creative just helps you, be who you are, because yeah, you're kind of in a slump with that particular project, with that particular writing, with just writing in general, to do with novels. So if you want to continue writing, continue being creative and using those little cogs in your brain, definitely just work on other hobbies. Tip number 2 is to read. Use the time you would usually write to read other books. The reason I love to write is because I love to read. Reading just helps me so much. Just get right back into the reason I want to write, and just helps me be inspired and almost overwhelmed with this inspiration. Just seeing people write their books, being so bold and confident in their writing, and just the stories. Like, the reason I love to write is because I'm in love with storytelling. So stopping and coming back to reading, because if you're a writer, surely you love to read. reading just helps me a lot, so hopefully it will help you. Tip 3 is a little bit similar, but that is to read your own work. For me, I adore reading my own stories when I'm out. So if you guys don't have Google Docs, definitely get Google Docs, because you can have that on your phone, and like as I'm waiting for the bus, as I'm waiting for a class, I'm on my phone reading my book, and that just helps like get things going, gets like inspiration kind of flowing whenever I am writing. But it's also really good to do it when you're in writer's block, because it helps you just realize why you're writing that book. Why is it so important to you? Why are you putting all this time and energy into this book if it doesn't mean anything? That could also definitely be a wake-up call if you are struggling with a particular project but not with other projects. You know, the reason you finish books is because it needs to be told, and it has a reason in your life to be told. So yeah, just kind of come back to that, reread your own work, you know, spend a bit more time with your characters, but not writing, but just kind of reading your book, reading what you've already written. And that just helps a lot for me, just kind of, yeah, remember why I'm writing and why these characters matter and why this book needs to be written. Tip 4 is to talk to other writers. I honestly don't have too many writers in my life that I can actually talk to and who are consistent and actually real passionate about their books. I do have my favorite person in the world, which is my sister. She really helps a lot, but yeah, maybe find someone online, find channels like this one, just to have someone consistent and present with your writing journey. And even if there are someone like me who's just talking through a screen, it helps a lot for me when I am struggling. And I watch other authortubers and they just help me a little bit. Maybe even just talk to your friends and family if they can help, but yeah, just chatting about your struggles definitely does help get through that writer's block. Tip number 5 is to look, reflect, and step back and figure out why the heck you are struggling. It is sometimes, yeah, a little bit hard to actually pinpoint exactly why you are struggling to write and why, you know, you haven't written in months. But just trying to, yeah, take a step back, really reflect, and like be honest with yourself. Maybe you want to like take a break from writing. Maybe you just don't think it's for you, or maybe you do really definitely do want to write, but maybe something's just like pushing you down, like maybe your friends, maybe a lack of encouragement. I struggle with being honest with myself so much, but just try your best. Be honest with yourself, try to figure out why you're in writer's block, what kind of triggered it, and maybe if it's an ongoing pattern, definitely just try to be aware with it into the future. So Step number 6 is to start documenting your progress. Low key, if I'm not motivated to write, if I'm just in a writer's slump, sometimes I just talk through it. Even if I don't put up a camera and I don't have my YouTube channel, sometimes I just talk to myself. It's kind of weird, to be honest. But also a really good tip that I love to do is to get on my phone and then put on the, what's it called? The time lapse setting on your phone, and set it up somewhere so you can see your hands typing. Press record and then type, and you get to see yourself write, and it's so inspiring looking back. You're like, damn, I did that. And even if I delete that video, I at least like felt motivated because I had a camera there. You can also start an authortube channel, which is so cool. I definitely recommend it. Or maybe keep a writer's journal and write down every single writing session, how many words you did, what you feel. But yeah, that's just some ways just to kind of document your writing process, help you get back into writing, and it's just a slow thing. Also to help you figure out like what you feel in that time and be more regulated in your writing and your writing like sessions, how many times you do it a week. It just helps you keep in tune with your emotions and kind of, yeah, your motivation levels, which is very important. Very important. Last but not least, tip 7 is your characters. Whenever I feel I'm just not motivated with the project, I just feel like giving up on it, just shelving it, I remember my characters. My characters are my favorite things. It's the reason I love to write books, because I think people in books is more important than the plot. Of course, plot is very important, but I think like just a little bit, people, your characters. they mean so much. So just remember your characters, and by that I mean just remember they are waiting to be written, they are waiting for their journey to finish, they are waiting for the journey to continue, you know. Just remember your characters and remember why you're writing. Just remember that they're waiting for you, and you just need to continue writing because you need to stay loyal to your best friends, okay? Okay. But anyways, that's the video. I really hope you enjoyed, and maybe these tips helped. I really hope they did. Just kind of, yeah, talking about writer's block definitely is something I want to start doing more on this channel. It is a struggle with all writers, with all artists, with just like anyone who is creative or has a hobby. It happens because when you do think about it, anything you do in your life, you're gonna come across times where you hate it, where you literally like think about it and you're like, that sounds really boring. But just get to the root, just get to the reason to why you started writing in the first place, and then you can hopefully get writing again. And yeah, just take a break, you know, take care of yourself, make sure you drink your water, make sure you get enough sleep, just take a break for a little bit and just keep praying, keep praying. Anyways guys, I really hope you get out of writer's block soon, and if you aren't in writer's block, just hope it never comes. That's what we all do. Anyways, I hope you guys keep writing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!